Honestly, this is my favorite thing I do on this channel. I love these videos so much. It's just fucking fun just to recap through all the highlights of the month. May has been a great month, man. June's not getting off to the best start. I'm already extremely embarrassed about this Asian guitar I said. I just can't believe it. How do I not know what a harpsichord was? Like, what the fuck am I doing reviewing music? Yeah, that was dumb. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, May though. May has been pretty great. I need to say thank you to everyone who has reviewed my album. I did not expect so many reviews to pop up. I mean, Wonky Angle, fucking David Rowe, Liam, Niels, I saw you as well. Ryan Leith, of course. I feel like I'm missing a few. And also the people that messaged me on Twitter just giving me their thoughts. That was really, really great. It really made my month, man. It was great to see that there are people that gave a shit that much. It was just great. And yeah, I mean, awesome. Yeah, thanks for everyone who gave feedback. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely be taking it all into consideration 100%. I'm really looking forward to seeing where things will grow. And yeah, man, it was all brilliant. I think just the release, the reception, Josh, of course, as well, Josh the blogger with your review on albumoftheyear.org, that was brilliant. But yeah, thank all of you so fucking much, man. It was brilliant. And yeah, we're just gonna have some fun, talk about some songs. Yeah! Kicking things off with an opening track, as I'm gonna try and always do. I gotta say, man, this is probably my opening track of the year so far. Arctic Monkeys Star Treatment, my guy. It's just so, like, inspiring and whimsical in equal measure through the really illustrious and luxurious instrumental from Alex Turner's just brilliant vocals on the song. Those chords in particular that happen right after the Martini Police line, like they get me every fucking time. It's such a sick intro. Next up I have Cara Cara Bonito with Time Today. There's no way you can just hear this track and by the end just feel upset and like frown. Like it's just such a happiness inducing track for me, man. I think it probably might be one of my favorite of their songs yet. Track number 3 on the playlist is from Muramasa's Soundtrack to a Death. Now look, I have these two friends, you know the guys from Sloth Window Crest, right? Elliot and Lamar, yeah, they think this album's like incredible, and I don't know why. I think the first half is awful, but the second half has got some sick tracks like Shibuya and Cloud Claps, and the final track is gorgeous too. But the one song on this album I've always thought was really great is the one with the worst title. It's called Bay. I know. But this track is incredible. I love everything about the song. It's just such a nice melody. I just love oh, fuck! Elliot Lamar, as much as I may shit on this album, that track right there, it just sounds incredible. It's a really awesome song, in my opinion. And it's 2 minutes, 20 seconds long. It's just consistently just sparkly and pretty and lovely. And yeah, great track. Love that song. Track number 4 is from Unknown Immortal Orchestra's latest album, Sex and Food. I had Honeybee on the last one, I think. But yeah, Sex and Food, now that The Sun has been coming out in the UK quite a bit, this album has been growing on me big time. This has actually been creeping up on, you know, my favorite albums of the year, you know? I'm not sure why I'm treating it as if it's like some weird in-joke, like, yeah, you know, the albums of the year list, you know? I'm treating it like it's some weird, like, I don't know. But yeah, this album at first didn't really strike me much. It was just like, okay, it's fine. But like, with The Sun out and when everything's looking all pretty, it's just like, man, this is good. And the song I picked was How Many Zeros. Another really smiley track on this. Like, the first 4 songs on this playlist, man, they all just put such a huge smile on my face. This is a summer playlist right here. Oh fuck, no it's not. I was wrong, because track 5 is Pusha T's If You Know You Know. Oh, so many quotables on this fucking track. I love the beat too. The beat from Kanye on this track. I particularly love the bit around like 1:20 when like the vocal, the shrieking vocal sample thing goes like lower and like the bass gets thicker and like Pusha's just going in on it. It's just such a cool moment. Yeah, a really great provocative start to Daytona. But yeah, anyway, moving on from there, Fonte with the song Cry No More. From his latest album, No News is Good News. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, if it's going to go up after Sloth Window Crest episode 5, because on episode 5 we reviewed that Fonte album as well as Kimbra's Primal Heart, and this is a big standout from that Fonte album for me. The piano in the song is just Nujabes to a T, and more on Nujabes later, by the way. And the lyrics in this thing that tackle fatherhood are really poignant and lovely, and I love that little vocal interlude thing where he's talking about how his dad, he would always want to try and learn to cook with his dad, but his dad would be all like, oh no man, you need to prep, you need to be ready, and he didn't realize it at the time, but as he got older he learned that his dad was just teaching him about life. I think that moment's just really reflective and lovely. It's a great sense of modesty on the song that I really appreciate. Next up we have a few bangers actually lined up here. The next 3 tracks are all pretty aggressive, hard rap song. First up we have, shout out to HMV Lady, you won't be watching, Lady who works at HMV in London, Oxford Circus. Yeah, you. Thank you for putting me onto this song. LP, Killer Mike, Run the Jewels, Lorde, Supercut remix. I bought Lorde's Melodrama on CD, at HMV in London, Oxford Circuit. Went up to the lady and she was like, oh, cool, nice choice. Hey, have you listened to the Supercut remix with Run the Jewels? I was like, no. I was aware of it, but I was like, nah, man, I haven't listened to that. And she was like, hey, check it out. If you like Run the Jewels, and I was like, I do like Run the Jewels. She was like, yeah, you're gonna like it. And I was like, all right, cool. So I just listened to it, and it was fire. LP's beat on this thing is it's such a brilliant mix of just menacing and full and hard and just fucking cold-blooded, but it's also skeletal as well, and it makes room for the Lorde Supercut, like, vocal samples and shit that pop in. Film and LP just both deliver fantastic performances on this track. It's just such a cold-blooded bang. Yeah, shout out to you, HMV lady. You were really nice. And, yeah, this song is dope. Next up I have, honestly, this track is so good, bro. This song is probably, like, the trap song of the year for me right now. I wish that Slim Jimmy verse was longer. He was going crazy. Ray Shremmerd again. I had Ray Shremmerd on it last time as well. I feel like that's happening a lot. I'm just having like recurring artists appear. I'll break out of it soon, I'm sure. But Buckets by Ray Shremmerd. This song is such a banger, man. I fucking love the hook, even though the hook is very simple. Future has a fine appearance. It's probably the worst part of the song is the future feature, but I don't mind it though. Sway Lee sounds fine. Beat is, Mike Will made it, you bitch. Beat is incredible. Beat is just fucking perfect. But yeah, let's see what else we got. Oh! In the border fire. Then it knows me. Playboi Carti's Dial It is one of the best rap albums of the year. Fuck you. Next up I have Milo and Anderson .Paak with the song A Day in the Nightosphere, I think is what it is. A day trip to the Nightosphere. My mistake. I was close. But yeah, A Toothpaste Suburb is actually one of my biggest inspirations musically when it comes to making beats and shit. Because I think the production approach on this album is stunning. I love the beats on this album a lot. I would love it if Milo... I mean the jazzier sound he kind of rolls with now with albums like Silver Flies Don't Come and his last one. That's great. I mean, I have not a problem with that. It sounds lovely, but like, yeah, man. The more kind of like bubbly electronic shit he was dealing with on this album is really my thing, you know. And I love his kind of more witty and sort of jokey approach to the lyrics here on this album as well. With loads of references and shit. It's really cool. And yeah, Anderson .Paak, I love that part where he's like, I've never been on that website with the pitchfork. I'm dead, right? The little plinky melodic synths too, just throughout the song, just sound really nice. This is a really cool song, and yeah, recommend it. It's a dope track. Next up, I got Dirty Projectors from the album Swing Low Magellan, I think is how you pronounce it. But yeah, the song I've chosen is I'm About to Die. Fucking awesome song. This song is so catchy. That About to Die bit is so catchy. When they join David Longstreth, Amber Kaufman, and Angel Derodorian, when they all sing it together, it sounds so fucking good. And the instrumental, the little like little drums that just play throughout the song, it just sounds so fun and just playful. One of my favorite Dirty Projectors songs. Next up, wait, hold on, what's that? The next one? Yeah, it is. Alright, cool. Uyama Hiroto with the song Waltz for... Fuck, I am terrible. Waltz for Life Will Born. Was it? Waltz for Life Will Born. This is from the album A Son of the Sun. And yeah, again, like I said earlier, Nujabes is coming up again later. If you like Nujabes, like there's a actually surprising amount of people that I'm aware of that love Nujabes, but they have no clue or they haven't like dived into Uyama Hiroto's music. It's literally more Nujabes. The sound is the same. It sounds just like... I mean, he's featured on like all of Nujabes' albums too. But I would argue he's better than Nujabes, man, because Nujabes, he's great, but his mixing can be a bit off sometimes, especially on that first album, Metaphorical Music. But yeah, like Uyama Hiroto though, some of the songs in his catalog are just absolutely fucking stunning. This one being a prime example. Like looking at all the Nujabes albums, all the Uyama Hiroto albums, this one is just a bright spot in that big sea of music. So yeah, I recommend this track. Next up I have Squarepusher with the song Bubble Life. You know, shout out to the Wonky Angle. He's been doing a whole bunch. Well, he was doing a pretty big, I guess, marathon of like just going through Squarepusher's catalog, and it got me in the mood to go check out some of his shit again. You know, I think he's got some great albums. I don't really listen to much of what he's done, but what I have listened to is really sick. And the album Hello Everything in particular, I think is really fantastic. And the track I've chosen, yeah, is Bubble Life. I love the kind of frantic, like kind of fricative, like skittering nature of this song, and the way he kind of pairs up these like synth chords and these keys as well with like some guitars too. It's a nice, interesting blend that I think is quite unique. The way it's all executed in this more kind of like fast-paced, just like it's just constantly, it's a very bustling song. It's constantly kind of moving. It's really fun. It's a very fun track. I recommend it quite a bit. And I recommend that whole album, and especially Hello Everything is a really fantastic electronic album from the 2000s that I would highly suggest checking out. It's pretty dope. Probably my favorite Squarepusher album so far that I've listened to. But yeah, moving on from there, we have Janelle Monae with Crazy classic life. Wasn't that into Dirty Computer, really. Didn't blow me away like that, but this song right here, god dang! Such a playful, carefree, vibrant pop jam with so many catchy refrains in it. Monae's just killing it vocally. I just love the sub bass on this track too, as well as the little in the back too. That just sounds fucking great. It's just such an awesome pop song. Yeah, probably my favorite track from her album. After that, we have Flying Lotus with the song Jurassic Notion slash M Theory. M Theory, I think it is. Yeah, this is the best song from this EP. This is a fucking awesome EP, by the way. I really recommend this. Pattern, Grid plus World. Yeah, this track right here is fucking hard. This song is hard as fuck. The drum pattern is just so, like, you just can't help but just, like, fucking... Yeah, the weird little like little sound effect that plays is so ill too. It just sounds fucking brilliant, and that switch up, we get the second part, the M Theory portion as well, sounds excellent. This is such an awesome, it's such a brilliant, like dude, Flying Lotus, I really want Flying Lotus to produce on more rap albums, man. I want to see his name pop up more often in production credits, because like his beats are just so creative and off kilter, and they could just create for so much awesome shit. Like rappers need to go on more beats like this. Like this would be so sick to see. Like that's why I am praying that this upcoming Danny Brown album, he was saying like, oh, it's gonna be all produced by one guy, like one producer. He's working with one producer. I'm praying it's Flying Lotus, man, because they're on the same label, Warp Records. I think they both have released albums on that label. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but yeah, I think it could be Flying Lotus, which if it is, I am so excited. It's ridiculous. If that gets announced, then that's my #1 most anticipated album ever, because that will be incredible. Just thinking about that makes me really happy, bro. Yeah, moving on to some more experimental cool shit. Clipping with Baby Don't Sleep, because again, on Sloth Winter Crest episode 5, we do review Splendor and Misery. And yeah, Baby Don't Sleep is probably my favorite song on this album, man. It's the most fucking, it's just crazy. And Davy Diggs just rapping over it like it's nothing. There's just such a throttling sense of intensity with this track that I like a lot. And yeah, it just, everything about the song just feels like paranoid and unhinged. It's really great. Okay, next up, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I need to review this album, bro. I need to review this album. No one is talking about this album, and it's pissing me off because I love it. I think it's brilliant. It's a rap album. A lot of people have been like, I've heard people say, I agree with this too, by the way. I've seen people say like, man, rap this year has been a bit lame, bro. Rap ain't really been all that good this year. And you're not lying. Yeah, Daytona is cool. Care For Me is cool. Everything's Fine is cool. But this album, bro, this might be my favorite one yet. My favorite rap album of the year yet. August Green, which is a supergroup consisting of Common, Kareem Riggins, and Robert Glasper. They released a really lovely, I think 10-11 track long album back a few months ago, but it wasn't available on streaming services for a little while, but it just came to Spotify, so I got the chance to hear it. And these are some of the most fucking gorgeous beats I've heard on a rap album all year, and the song I'm actually going to highlight is an instrumental track. It's the only instrumental track on the whole album, but holy fuck. The song is called Aya, and yeah, Kareem Riggins, I hate you. I love you, but fuck you, man. Robert Glasper, Kareem Riggins, you motherfuckers. This song is gorgeous. It is so beautiful, bro. Like, you know the song from Kitchen Yarders 99.9%, the song Bus Run. Kareem Riggins is also featured on that song, I believe. Yeah, imagine that song times 10. That's this track, and it's brilliant. But continuing on that really smooth, jazzy side of the spectrum when it comes to music and shit, here's another track that is in that same kind of vein, but a lot more kind of dismal and low-key. The song La Lune by King Krule, man. I'm sorry, I know quite a few people, I've seen quite a few people say, oh man, the ooze is really boring. It's just so boring. It's a boring album. And I understand that 100%, but I'm sorry, I will never not adore the fuck out of this album, man. This album hits the spot for me, like, you don't get it. It's like, I fucking really connect with this shit. From the incredibly poetic lyricism, to his beautiful vocal performances, to the absolutely stunning instrumentation, in my opinion, front to back, to the incredible amount of immersion and atmosphere that I get from this record as well. This final track, La Lune, is just the perfect send-off. It's just really quiet and gorgeous, and King Krule is giving one of his most sultry performances here. And yeah, the guitar on this track, when it gets all high, when it gets that high note, it's so good, bro. And the next track on this playlist, actually, bro, in this playlist, I've listened to the whole thing, the whole playlist, just, you know, as a playlist, and I gotta say, the transition between King Krule's La Lune and into this next track is amazing. I recommend listening to the playlist just to hear this transition, okay? This next track, I got Jon Hopkins We Disappear. Awesome song, the opening track from Immunity, really brilliant album, amazing opener, but bro, I need to highlight Lune by King Krule. The transition into We Disappear is fucking nuts. Like, it's so sick. When We Disappear fades in, it's crazy. I thought the transition it baffled me when I first heard it. I was like, Jesus, that was smooth. So yeah, I recommend just listening to these songs just for that alone. But yeah, still, We Disappear, amazing house/micro house, IDM, techno, ambient song that I really enjoy. And yeah, great album as well. But yeah, moving on from there, the next track is... I don't know, let me check. Oh yeah, of course, he's back again. Third time in a row. This dude has appeared on my fucking BTEC playlist 3 times in a row. 3 for 3 so far. Denzel Curry, Percs. This track is crazy. It's the craziest thing he's ever made. I love this song just for its pure, just unhinged aggression. It's brilliant. Honestly, Taboo is possibly gonna be like album of the year for rap. Like, it has the potential. This track was amazing. The hook is incredible. The hook is the flow is so speedy, but it's also catchy. And I guess you could say he does come off a little bit self-righteous a bit with the kind of short out like mumble rap he has on that first verse, like making fun of just like how nonsensical and just mumbly and just like, you know, mindless trendy mumble rap can be, which I guess you could say comes off a bit self-righteous, but he just pulls it off with so much just like confidence and aggression. You just can't help but be like, yeah, fuck mumble rap, you know? When I hear it, I'm just like, yeah, man, fuck Lil Yachty. I just, I mean, I'm not even like mad at that genre. I have no problems with mumble rap. I think it's a fine genre. I think it has a place. It's oversaturated, sure, but I can enjoy it if it's done well. Dial it. But when I hear this track, when I hear this song, Dial It just suddenly becomes a 2 out of 10. I'm just playing. Moving on, we have Beach House with the song Lover of Mine, I think it's called, from their Teen Dream album, which when I was watching reviews for Seven, their new album, I was like hearing this a lot, like Teen Dream is the best one. I was like, man, I've never listened to Teen Dream. I've heard Bloom, I've heard Depression Cherry, and I've heard the new one, but I've never listened to Teen Dream, so I thought I'd go back and check it out. And yeah, you guys were completely correct. It is by far their best album. Teen Dream is brilliant. There were some excellent jams on this thing, and this track right here, I just love the way this song progresses, man. The way it builds, it's really heavenly. And I agree with you, Ryan, in particular. I think the more reserved use of reverb on Teen Dream, I think is way more effective, actually. I think it's really nice. And yeah, this track was a huge highlight for me on my first few listens of Teen Dream. I can't wait to dive into it more though, because it's definitely my favorite Beach House album. Next up, I have another album I need to review. This is another really underrated album. Oh fuck, guys. I did it. I messed it up. I should have said overlooked. Jesus, I'm a fool. Well, I feel like I need to dive more into just some obscure shit, because I mean, it turned out great last time with Rollo Tomasi. I was just like, holy shit, this is like amazing. I've consistently this year been impressed with underground albums, and this is another great example. Fourth Wanderers, man. The self-titled Fourth Wanderers album, 10 tracks of some really great emo indie rock. Yeah, it's super catchy, it's super fucking gorgeous at times too. It's vulnerable, relatable, and human in all the right ways. It's just everything you would want from just a fun, catchy, poppy, emo, indie rock album. And the song I'm going to highlight is the track Not For Me. I think the explosions on this particular song are really satisfying and fulfilling. And the lead singer on this particular track, I forget her name, I think it's like Ava or something, I could be wrong on that. I know it begins with an A. But she has a really great balance of just sounding kind of collected and calm, but also like really evocative as well. It's a really great performance. I think generally the song here is brilliant. It's like around 4 minutes too, so I think it uses up its time really nicely. And now here we are at the second last track. This might be the banger of the year for me. This track slaps unrealistically hard. Anderson .Paak, Bubblin. Jesus Christ. One of the best music videos too. I particularly love the part in the video where he's like doing the Millie Rock on the diving board, and he's just like doing it so like just like stiff with it, but like so energetic too. It's just like pure fucking flex, man. It's just hilarious. And the song is so energetic. Like the sample on this track, they're like do 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 do. It just gives this like jazzy, like bustling feel that I don't really typically get. It's a tone I don't normally get with like trendy trap songs. So I think he is bringing something interesting to it. And Anderson .Paak, man, the guy, I could tell you, because I've seen him live, he is an incredible performer. Like he is incapable of putting on a performance to where he doesn't look like he's having the time of his life. Like if you watch the video and you just hear the way he's rapping on this track, he sounds like he's having more fun than he's ever had ever. Like he's just killing it. Like he just kills it on this track. I think his rapping is brilliant here. He has a bunch of different flows too, and the hook is brilliant. One in the hand, one in the bed, bubbly. Like it's just such a brilliant song, man. I'm really struggling to find many things wrong with it. Probably one of his best songs ever, in my opinion. I think this is a really great direction for him. Because there was nothing really like this on Malibu. There was nothing like really as hype as this. and as trendy as this on Malibu, to see him take that direction, you could see it as selling out, but he's tackling it in a tastefully fun way. But now here we are, song of the month, final track on the playlist, Kimbra! Kimbra! The song, the 3-minute mark of this track, all the way to the end. Perfect. The way it builds and the fucking like string, the violins come in, it just, oh my, it's fucking amazing. It's such a brilliant finish. This is probably my song of the month, man. I love this fucking song. It's my favorite track from Primal Heart, which I will be going into more detail in the next episode of Soft Window Crest. So yeah, if you do want to see my more in-depth thoughts on Primal Heart by Kimbra, go check out episode 5 of Soft Window Crest. However, it doesn't go in my favor. Unfortunately, I was the only one who had the opinion that I had. But it was fun though, it was a good time. So yeah, go check out the episode if you want to hear my opinions on it. And yeah, that's the BTEC playlist for May 2018, man. Let me know what you've been playing throughout May 2018 in the fucking comments. What's been in your rotation lately? I would love to know, man. Yeah, man, let's see what June's got. June is a big month too. June is crazy this month, so I'm looking forward to seeing how the BTEC playlist looks the next time around in July. So this should be fun. Feeling good about it, man. This has been great. I love making these videos. These videos are just so much fun to make. So yeah, cool. All right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Bye.